Go live. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, we just went live right now.
You sure?
Yeah, because it has streaming. So
Oh yeah,
start sending it, and then
the YouTube thing just popped up on Discord.
yeah.
Let me get the link.
Hey, let's not shoot the shit because I don't want to talk to y'all. Let's get into this.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it, Alonso. I still think they suck.
Yeah, Dallas sucked.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Give us a couple minutes. We could go on right now.
I forgot we were live. I was about to talk shit.
You can talk shit.
I'm just kidding. I talk shit even when we live. What you doing, Angel? What you doing?
Shit off.
Yeah, we live. We live. Got it. We can figure it out. We live now.
Okay.
ACB Bananas Liquid Lounge, man. Oh my God,
That's probably it's probably the only thing I missed from the Galaxy. Yeah.
What up, Ant?
How successful do you think that place could
What
be
up, Betty?
without
Ran
Galaxy
right?
games?
What?
Well, not that successful because that shit didn't even last.
Like that bar. How successful do you think that place could be without Galaxy games?
Not
Yeah.
successful at all.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm saying like
Invest, dog.
for Bananas, it'd be a G's bar and events location. That's what I would
So
say.
we all pitch in, dog, and make it a thing. Promote
Events
our
like
party.
what? Quinceañeras or what?
Or just fucking
a
parties,
bar.
or
Daily bar.
I don't know about daily bar though. That's a lot.
Daily bar, the location's
money,
bad.
man.
Location's bad though for a daily
yeah.
bar.
I don't think there's a lot of.
What do you have
fucking
around
Oh,
there?
you know what though? I know how we get motherfuckers there though. Instead of calling it a bar, we make it a brewery.
Nah, false. Because Phantom Carriage didn't last either, and that shit was down the street.
That's still there.
Nah, they moved.
Oh, they moved.
Yeah, long ago.
What's that bar close by? The brewery close by. That shit looks like it's always popping.
You know what?
Is if you give the Dominguez Hills students like a massive discount.
The bar at Dominguez Hills is elite.
There you go.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Too much competition.
Hell yeah, that bar used to be sick. I used to go in between classes instead of studying, and then I would get
Oh, I
drunk,
have
and
a
then I
very
Alright, boys.
and then I forget my second class.
Boys, we're gonna go straight into the intro, and then we can get the pause started because we're running late. So straight
Mike,
into
I
it.
see you.
Yeah, when I want to talk, I was just about to tell you my stories about how I missed college.
All right, do you want to talk about that then?
I mean,
Yeah.
it might be better than talking about the fucking Galaxy.
Okay, let's stay on the waiting screen and talk about your college days.
How come I can't see you?
Because
What
they
do
have
you
the
mean?
fucking waiting screen on right now, bro. Wait until the waiting screen's off, and then the camera's off. I was telling you, we're gonna go into the intro. Yo, man, we're not gonna be on audio right now. We're gonna go straight into it, and then we're going to the podcast. Okay? Here we go, boys.
All right, let's put on my headphones. Okay,
Yo, what up? And welcome to another episode of Straight from the Stands,
you
an
sound like
unapologetic,
you do,
unofficial
like you're
LA
doing
Galaxy
the whole
podcast,
time.
hosted by 4 Foul supporters who bring you their thoughts and views on everything related to LA Galaxy, straight from the stands. I am your co-host Smarts, alongside the always angry Angel, his counterpart level-headed George, and the man with the facts, Masa.
Good evening.
Good evening.
evening.
What
What's
up?
cracking? What's up, man? How come we're not excited? We're back. Consecutive
What's
weeks.
to be excited about?
We're back consecutive
Who's
weeks.
on
We
Who's
said we
on
gotta
that?
celebrate that.
we were almost not back.
We're almost not back, but I'm
Yeah.
good though. But I am smart across all socials, baby. You already know. You already know.
Right.
You
Hey,
already know.
if only, hey, if I would love for them to hear the 3 minutes before we go on live, and you tell everybody to shut up because they're trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, that's the part, right? I was telling everybody, shut the fuck up. Let me just figure out what's going on so I can fix it. So,
Oh
and I did.
shit!
And we're
All I
live.
So
want
good.
to know is if our passwords were working. That's it, bro.
Yeah,
I
you want
can
me,
even get
want me to
that.
tell you the password live on air so everybody knows them? Should we do it? We should go ahead and do
of
that.
course.
All right.
Yeah, that's important.
Post your social security and
Address and
your
zip
debit
code.
card. I want to see something.
1, 2,
Got
3,
you.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next time, eh?
Well, we got a little late start here. As you heard from context in our conversation right now, we got a little technical difficulty, but we're back. Yo, if you guys are live, let us know in the comments. Let us know in the chat what you think of the waiting screen. That work out? That gives us a chance to kind of load in before going live. So let us know what you think of that. Let us know what you think of the graphics and everything else. And if you're not on YouTube, man, you fucking up. Angel, How you doing, Papa?
Yeah. Oh, I'm great, man. I'm fantastic.
Go,
I'm
birthday
good.
boy.
Fuck
Belated
yeah.
birthday boy. Go.
That's right, baby.
Talk about your
It's
day.
March. It's my entire birthday, bro. It's my birthday for a month. Actually, it's my birthday every day. Fuck it. It's my birthday every day.
You know
No,
what?
I'm good.
Your
I'm
birthday
good.
should have been in February.
Why?
It's gonna be
It's
short.
the shortest month.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
man,
that
I'm
was
good
good.
though. That shit was chill. You know, I did shit I can't believe I would ever do. I went to Disney. I went to
Nice.
Disney just to grab some fucking coffee and a cookie. That's literally what I went for. We got in
It
a few
sounds,
rides, but
it sounds like you have annual passes.
yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, exactly. And I was it. I mean, we ate. You know, I had some sushi and then like a few pastries. You know, nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. And
What's up?
then I had to drive back up. Yeah, then I had to drive back up to Valencia. You know, last week that I'm up here, and that's it. But it was cool. It was good. It was
Nice.
good.
Make sure we
Yeah.
drop them the happy birthdays to our mini King Angel on the chat
And the
All
way
right,
you
baby.
do that is
in the
hitting the like.
comments. Yeah.
Yes.
Do that. Do
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Do that. Do that.
Hey, on the real though, actually, shout out to everyone, man. I still felt the love, felt appreciated, and everyone, hit me up, socials, text message, you name it. I mean, it's crazy because we've been out for a minute when you think about it, and being in that spotlight or whatever that we were in for a while, being in leadership and really involved in all that shit. But appreciate everyone, man. That shit still feels good, to have everyone reach out and send you some love. So shout out to all of y'all for that.
Yeah, shout out everybody. Good shit. Fuck you, Buki.
What
George,
you
how you doing,
saying?
Papa?
I'm not looking at it right now.
Pretty good. I so funny over the weekend. You and I had been talking about audio, about mics and all that. So I went out to get a mic for no other reason but this podcast because I want everybody to listen. For when I tell Masa he doesn't know shit about anything, I wanted to be clear. If it wasn't clear before, I got a nice ass mic for him to listen to me in 4K. Ya deja ese, fútbol no para vos, loco. Deja esta mierda.
4K audio, huh? That's a new one, but I fucks with it though. I fucks with it.
Yeah.
Masa, how you doing?
Oh, yours didn't come with it?
I'm
No,
chilling.
no. You gonna respond to this for talking all that mess?
I mean, he's the only one that thinks like that. So
I like it, dog. We spicy today. I fucked with it.
it's the Galaxy's fault. Honestly,
I fucks with it. I'm doing well. Except for this little fucking hiccup. But then I worked so hard. I worked a few hours after work to get the graphics done and get some shit done. And then I was about to blow up, bro. If we couldn't go live, if some shit was not happening, I was gonna blow up because I worked a little too hard for having no pay on that. So I'm glad we're live. I'm glad we're working. So let's get it going. Maz, I'm gonna hand this one almost strictly to you.
damn.
Cause let's talk about some news and let's talk about the one player we linked to because I know you were super hyped when you saw the rumors come about. Talk to me about the rumors we got going on right now.
So CL Merlo at CL Merlo, who is basically Fabrizio Romano in South America. Like
Okay.
this man don't
Here we
Don't
go.
miss.
He's just like if you want to know what's going on in South America, you follow that man when it comes to transfers and shit. And he tweeted out, was it 2 days ago or a day ago, that we are in talks to sign Julian Aude from Lanús, 19-year-old left back who just was in the under 20 South American Championship to qualify to the under 20 World Cup for Argentina. Big prospect coming out of Lanús, and yeah, man, he's pretty solid. He's in national team conversation. He has been since his under 17, under 20, and they consider him a big player. He's someone who was predominantly a left back but could play CDM as well.
Oh,
He could
nice.
slot into the midfield role, but his main position is left back. And for a left back, he looks pretty lanky, right? Like he's not the fastest, but he's not slow. And he looks pretty lanky. He has long legs. He's 5'11".
So PJ,
Shit.
right? We all can find that shit on you Google his name, you can find his stats and all that. And you were hyped though, right? Because when you posted the link and when we started talking about it, you were hyped. Why are you hyped? Like talk to me because I don't know this kid, right? I just So
I could tell you.
Oh, here we go.
go ahead, Masa.
Say it. Say it.
Masa has one big checkbox when it comes to scouting players: South American. If that shit's checked off,
Nah,
your name
nah,
could be anything.
nah.
No, I would just say if it's Argentine Brazilian, that I would narrow down the box because
Nah,
Nah,
Uruguay
Uruguayo?
too. Uruguay. No,
Uruguayo?
don't get Twitter. Uruguay.
Uruguayo?
Well, Uruguayans is different, but nah.
Uh-huh, you
never
see?
heard you say New Guinea, motherfucker. Fuck out of here.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, go for it.
Yeah.
Mazda. Tell me why you're excited. Like, I'm real shit. I want to hear because again, I don't know this kid, but you seem to know him, and you're pretty hyped. So talk to me. Why are you excited about him?
Just
Real reason.
the amounts of minutes and games that he's gotten at the top level. Last year, this year not so much. I mean, the season just started, but like I said, I think that he hasn't played much this season because he was in the trying to qualify for the under 20 World Cup. Um, but he's just an exciting prospect, bro. Like if you go on Twitter or whatever, when he was linked to us, there's people were like, he's too good for MLS. And like this is the type of player that I feel like the Galaxy should be chasing because he's a player from Lanús with a big upside and who's like on a low salary.
Yeah.
Like these are the type of play like because obviously if you buy from Boca, you buy from River, you buy from top five in Argentina, you're gonna have to splash some cash.
Yeah.
But if you could find that little diamond or that little gem in the smaller markets like this one, you probably gonna make somewhere from like 500K a year or possibly less.
Question.
The transfer sum is probably not even gonna be that crazy.
But it doesn't
I'm
matter,
saying,
right? Because
nah, that doesn't matter because he was gonna be a under 22 initiative
player.
player.
Masa, question for you.
Yeah,
He's what? He's 21?
19.
19.
Yeah.
Why do we get this luxury of getting this player and nobody else is focused on them?
Well, I'm not
Talk
saying
to
no
me.
one else is focused on them. It's
Okay,
probably
so how are we getting this luxury? Like it's one of those things where you're getting something that sounds too good to be true. What's the problem with it? Or why hasn't someone
well, it's
else
not that's
gotten the
not a
same thing?
problem. I just think
No,
that
that's what I'm saying. So like
like
what
it's I think that the eyes are there to watch him. I think teams are not ready to gamble yet
on a
on
19-year-old player? I think that's I think that's at a perfect age for where people start
No,
gambling.
but see, like, can I throw
Hey, but
my
maybe
two
they
cents in
can.
here? Can I throw my two
Yeah,
cents
go
in here?
ahead.
And I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
Yeah.
say because I'm excited about him because he seems like he's the left side pair to our right back, our new right back, right? Like so
No,
that's
listen, I
exciting
get
to me.
all that.
Hold on, I'm gonna get to what you were saying. Like in my two cents here, I don't think he's gonna be the next Real Madrid left back or the next European superstar, right? And I don't need him to
Okay.
be like I need him to be a really dope left back for MLS, right? If we get an add on that we sell him afterwards because he becomes like a really dope player, shit, dope, right? But like
Okay.
I need a high caliber MLS left back. Right? Whatever happens in the next 5 years with his career, like whatever it may be, but we need like we legit need like a real attacking better left back than what we have than our options are right now. So like to me, like
I'll take
that's
that.
how I take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and that's not me. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate
Devil's
because I
advocate.
don't know much about him, and it's one of those things. Is like, well, how come we're getting the chance here? But you saying that it's not a Real Madrid signing, but it's something that we need right now, and it's a young player, makes perfect sense.
yeah, I
You're
mean,
lucky he saved you, Masa.
I'm not saying that he's like the next big thing because I mean, a prospect is one thing, but the potential's there, right? They have him listed as that in Argentina. Like he's the potential for him to be great or the next Argentinian left back for the national team is there. Is he that right now? Obviously not, or else he would be playing on the fucking first team or in a bigger club in Argentina. I'm just saying, like the Galaxy is probably the first team that put an offer that made sense for Lanús to sell because they sold their last left back to Celtic, I think, not that long ago, and that's when he started getting more minutes.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's highly touted in Argentina, so I mean, it's good for us. I personally think that we do sign him. If we do sign him, which is looking likely, it looks like it said that on Monday they were flying over here to close the deal. Um,
Today? I mean, yesterday.
yesterday.
Got it.
If we do sign him, I think that he's a player that's gonna be here for maybe a couple years, probably when he's around 21, 22, he's getting sold if
Like,
he lives up to that potential.
let's not even
Which
go
is
that far, right?
fine.
Like again, we don't even. Again, I hear what you're saying, but this team needs fucking players now, right? So I don't give a fuck
100%.
what happens like in 2-3 years in this time. Well, hopefully it's good. Hopefully we're selling for like 20
Yeah.
mil, right? But I'm hoping that he could come in the next couple of weeks and then hit the ground running and be the left back that we need. Angel, you have thoughts on this? I'm sorry, and I kind of interrupted you. What you gonna say?
No, you're kind of along the line of what I was going to say. It's he's not playing for one of the top clubs in Argentina. You know, I don't think Lanús I haven't been keeping up with Libertadores lately or Sudamericana, but the last I recall, Lanús wasn't even a powerhouse, and even in any of those leagues for a couple years, 3-4 years maybe. So I can see why he's not being sought out by, hey, let's say a higher profile club, because that doesn't necessarily mean that he's not being sought out by European teams, right? For example, it's just not making waves because it's not Barcelona, it's not Real Madrid, it's not the mighty Arsenal, you know, it's not Bayern Munchen, you know, it's none of those, you know, it might be, yeah, it might be I don't know, Sassuolo, you know, from Italy, some lower level team, you know, Bournemouth, you know, some team that's not gonna cause waves. Like, hey, we're
Man
getting
United.
player. They might be, yeah, you know, whack at Man United, you know. So it might be something like that. So I can see why maybe the potential's there, right? Basically, along the lines of what we're already saying, but it's maybe more so that it's just not he's not being sought out by a club of a high profile, you know, like Arsenal.
Yeah. How are we feeling about it though, right? Like, cause we're looking.
I mean,
Can you
after
see?
this weekend, bro, like, and I didn't want to touch base on that, but like, I think we've all said that we could upgrade at left back, but we kind of wanted to see where
Where was heading?
our left back right now would do, and his preseason did not go well, and you know his first game did not go well.
Horrible. At all.
I fucking I can't be excited enough, bro. Like, especially because that defense needs work.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We'll get into that right now. Any other news? Any other transfer? Anything else you want to talk about before moving on to our matchup against Dallas?
I have not heard
Well,
anything about.
I remember again in passing. I didn't bother to go into detail, but I think didn't Galaxy inquire into some other Brazilian too that basically said, "Nah, I'm not. I'm good."
Oh,
I'd
he
rather
was
try
another
another
left
come up.
back.
Yeah,
Played
another
for a
left back.
Brazilian under 20 squad. Also, he said he wasn't interested, and then I think this might be Plan B or Plan C. You know, who knows who else rejected us? But
It stings a little bit, huh?
I mean, it depends how you
So,
see it. It depends how this.
players, you know.
It depends how the signing works out, bro. Honestly.
Here's the thing, though, right? Listen, the MLS has moved to a place where like South America's a pickings, right? Like a lot of teams are investing in money on kids from South America, and then when the Galleys comes a calling, like, I would imagine at least before I would imagine the Galaxy would be a name that like immediately has some attention, right? Just people getting to again, partly petty, partly not a thing, but like it bugs me the fact that like players are not, especially when it comes to like lower leagues, maybe not lower leagues, but less viewed leagues, less eyes in the leagues, and then they get rejected. That sucks. But all right, moving on. Let's get into Dallas.
Shit, let's not.
Because we have to. Let's go with let's start here at lineups. Bond at goal. We all expected. Actually, let me start from the top, right? Because Bond is a goal. We know that. We had Jovic a striker. We knew that. Brugman, Puig, and Delgado in our midfield. We knew that. It was Alvarez and Memo, right? I know. Massa. We're shuffling between Memo and Boyd. It ended up being Memo. And then the backline. The backlines where I don't think anybody hit it at all. Because we ended up with Edwards in the left, Mavinga and Cáceres in the middle with Leardom in the right. I kind of looked up and I've heard the podcast and seen the tweets, but I haven't heard a confirm of why Koulibaly wasn't there.
Or
apparently there's some like personal shit. They had to go to France, but they never said why. Apparently he'll be back though.
And then even Gasper wasn't even in the 18, right? And that's something that I didn't even realize because I said like, and I'll get into it, but like I didn't realize he was there.
I have a little theory about that one though.
Gaspar?
What's the theory?
My theory is that he probably did not make the 18 because they might trade him for an international spot
Hmm.
or something like that. If it comes
I see
down
it.
to us signing that left back from Argentina. That's my theory though. It could be fucking wrong, but I mean, if you need players, if you don't have depth for your left back or your right back, I mean, why wouldn't he even be on the 18th
Yeah,
unless he's injured?
but yeah,
But
and again, like because if we look at what we're doing right now, we would have Leardom and Edwards as backup left back and right position, right? So
mhm.
Casper seems like a you know just another depth player, not a good one. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with if that being the case. George, just checking in. Your camera's off, right?
No, I just noticed that it was off, but
Okay.
I'll get on it right now. I'm still here.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So it wasn't it was a weak backline, and it also was like a weak squad in general, right? Because we didn't even have two of the players or one of the players in the backup that weren't even in the starting 11. Um, what do we think here? Like before the game starts, and you see that backline, you see the whole roster, right? The whole lineup, the whole starting 11. What do you guys think? What was the thought there when you seen this?
It reminded me back when GBS had the squad and you didn't know what 18 was going to be out there. You just kind of just started throwing things at the dart and not figure. Not I'm not saying that's what Vanny's doing. It's just we didn't have a clue, to be honest with you. If you would have told me last week while we were talking about this pod that about this game that Koulibaly and Gaspar's not even going to be in the 18, I would have been like, I don't know. I mean, for the most part, we kind of got it okay, but I think there were some pieces that kind of caught us off guard with Mavinga and Leardom and Memo because we didn't
I
even
didn't know Costa
talk.
was injured.
Huh?
I had no idea Costa was injured.
We talked
Really,
about it. Didn't we
yeah,
talk
he
about it?
was
We did
gonna
talk
be
about it.
gone for like
Yep.
3 weeks.
Then I forgot about it,
I mean,
and then I looked at like, where the fuck is he? And then I realized, oh shit.
Hey, Angel, you might want to get a little closer. You're sounding like far away right now. I don't know.
Fine.
All right, let's just go. Yeah. I
to be
mean,
honest, I kind of expected that squad though. What I did not expect was it to look that bad, like as bad as it did.
yeah. I
Because I
didn't.
kind of figured Mavinga was gonna start. I did not know Koulibaly was missing,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know. I mean, to be honest, it's maybe Koulibaly could have made a difference. Like I don't want to hate because he had a good strong end to the
That
season,
season,
but
yeah.
I mean, it was kind of expected. Like what was there, that's what was gonna be. I just was expecting something completely different.
Yeah.
Uh,
At least to me, what I hear you. I think like especially when you see that Koulibaly wasn't in the lineup, like I'm not necessarily surprised, but I was. I mean, I didn't have a clue what to expect in the back line, right? Maybe I say that a little too far because I expect what I expect from Edwards. I was hoping to see better, but no. But the other three, like I wasn't sure what to expect from that back line, and it didn't take long for us to find out. The game kicks off, and we don't look. You don't look bad.
no, we look a little shaky. We look a little shaky to start off. I think 10 minutes in, we looked a little bit not as bad as second half,
Yeah,
but we
but
look not great.
I don't think we look bad, right? Because like what you're talking about is just the two teams kind of feeling the game out,
Yeah,
right? But when the game settled down, I think the Galaxy had like the better of the first half, right?
100%.
But that's not saying much though, because I think they had the better of the first half, because again, Dallas is not good. I'm sorry, they scored 3 on us, but Dallas is not good. And
Maybe we
yeah, I agree with that part. I agree with that part. But like you know what I mean, like because again, like a bad Galaxy nullified DC or Dallas for the majority of the first half, right? And here I'll tell you, let me take a step back and say this. Last week I talked about how what I saw Vanny want to do was like not play as wide, play closer, play more compact, 1-2s, quick movements. Doesn't need a lot of pace, just needs to everybody to kind of move back and forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
That happened for about 5 minutes, after from like maybe the 15th to the 20th minute, I saw a lot of movement, and then Memo and Efra stopped. Right, like you can in what Vanny's trying to do, you can't hold on the ball. You can't hold to the ball, right? If you get the ball out wide, what you want to do is you want to touch back in and make a run or reset, right? And move it around again and try to do the same thing. But you can't hold the ball for too long. Efra and Memo, and when Memo got the ball, because he wasn't as involved. But when they got the ball, they held on to that shit forever. Dallas stands up in front of him, and then the play's over, right? Like, how many times did Efra lose the ball like in the first half? In order for this to work, like all the players have to commit and they all have to work, right? They all have to work. They all have to like check in. They all have to move. They all have to defend. They all have to, start the press early. Why was fucking Efra like mouth open, gassed 20 minutes into the game and getting blown past? I'm talking about getting blown past. Please, somebody take it away from me because I'm just gonna rant for 30 minutes if nobody does.
See, but I mean that rant, straight up just rant, dude. I have no answer for you. I don't even know what to tell you. I just laugh because what is there to say? I mean, like, we've been through here. We've done this 3 years in a row now, 4th year or whatever. That it's just breakout season. I don't know what to say. I mean, I have no words. I've said everything I had to say about Efra. At this point, it's just beating a dead horse. It's saying the same thing over and over and over. But listen, if you're Efra, this is an opportunity. You see that you're down a couple key players. It's time to make an impact now. Like, this is it. You have the support from your midfield. You can afford to go into the attack a little bit, to risk a little bit, because you're going to have that support back there. Listen, I understand the defense. Y'all can me all day, every day with that defense because I'm spot on again. But point is, at least from the midfield perspective, you're going to have that support where you can risk a little bit in the attack. Just go and be creative like that. I think this is probably what's the most frustrating part of Efrain Alvarez. He has glimpses. He has moments you're like, okay, I see what's there. You have your moments, but where's the consistency? Where's that? I don't know. I wonder if he's just into his head or too much, or you know what? He just can't handle it physically. Like, his body can't do it. Like, in his head, he knows what he wants to do, but he's a 19, 20, 21-year-old kid living in a 40-year-old body. Because he knows what he wants to do, but his body's just not. They're not in sync. So I don't know what else to tell anyone about Efrain Alvarez. The fact that people are like, no, we have to support him. Oh, it's his breakout season. How is his breakout season at 20 years old, 21, however old he?
And that's fine. If it was his breakout season,
right? And this is I'm not. This is the thing. I'm not asking him to be fucking Leo Messi, right? I'm not asking him to be. This is fucking the MLS, bro. You could even cut it against a USL team.
Bro,
last season. So I don't know what else to say.
And not only that, like the fact
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
The fact that Vanny changed the style that Vanny's trying to implement right now suits him better because he doesn't have to go super wide and run all the time, right? Like, he just tuck in and 1-2s,
yep.
And he has the ability to do that, especially because he's the left footer, right? So a lot of times they're covering his right, so they expose his left. So he has all these things going for him. And when it's time to actually do any of them, I mean, listen. Besides the pass to Leardom on the overlap, right? There wasn't really much. There was a chip shot that he tried from the right side that was, catch for the goalie. It wasn't much. It's and you have Puig next to you. You know what I mean? You have Puig and you have Brugman, you have Delgado that are working for you, and you can't do it. George, tell me something about this game.
Well, I wanted to say a little about Efra. I was having this conversation with somebody recently. I don't think that he's a professional player past 25. I think he gets sold to a Mexican team, and they see what we saw for a while already. I think past 25, this man's not a professional player anymore. His body's not catching up with him. He's able to see what he wants to do, but it's not there. He's in a position where everyone around him is being able to work. We're not asking much of it, but when we ask you to come through, and it's not there. We see glimpses, but glimpses is not going to get you the long run in this game. You can fake until you make it. you've been here for a while, but I think that has a lot to say about our FL. It has a lot to say about how the way this club's been ran, because I don't think he should be here.
Well, here's one thing, right? Like I know he's been part of the supplemental roster, which is like the bottom half of it for a long time until he got like his new contract for the sub 22, and now he's in from everything we're hearing. I think Corner of the Galaxy did like the best explaining this. Like he was going to transfer into being a TAM player, right? So now he's actually costing us something. Not
yes. Now it's not just the incentive that we have you.
Yeah,
now
it's
you're
costing us something. Yeah. So I think that's it. Well, because the move for Riqui to become a DP, the move for Riqui to become DP was to open up a young designated player.
Not
right?
really.
And
So
open up a young designated player because you can move one out using TAM, right? So you move Efra out using TAM, and you open up that young 22 player. So that means again, right? Like he's probably again goal is into Corner of the Galaxy. Was it last? I think it might have been Thursdays. We'll figure it out. Was it Thursdays? Where he does a good job. Josh does a really good job explaining it, much better than I did right now. But we'll check it out. But like that's what it's, if that's the case, like going forward, he's costing us something. He's costing us some time.
Yeah, the point is he's costing us money.
Yeah,
at
now he is.
Before you can justify, like, you know what, he's not costing us shit. Fuck, you know, if you'll score a bang here and there, and so what? But at this point, then it's no different than the Grand Tier argument.
Yep. Exactly. That's and he falls at ending. He's even better player than he is. So days are numbered for him. If he can't cut it under this system, days are numbered for him. And my God, was he bad, man? Not only offensively, but like he can't defend. He can't chase the player down. He can't put in a tackle without getting bounced.
He trips following the players.
It is. It is.
What George said is, whoever you're talking to, George, I can see that. Doesn't go past 25.
It's sad, man. It's sad because he has like you said, he has the mental aptitude for it, right? Like he understands what he should be doing, he just can't produce it.
It's not sad, bro. It's like I feel like George hit it spot on. Fake it till you make it, dog. And I mean,
I know he bamboozled y'all motherfuckers, but
me.
You know, that's
You did me
from the jump. I've seen this shit.
Yeah, see, but a lot of the bamboozles come with you weren't costing us. It was a play.
He's going into it.
Playing with house money. No. We're playing with house money.
I mean,
we're playing with house money at that point.
I mean, the way this shit works is he's not costing us any more than he's gonna cost us.
Going forward, he will though, right? Because he's using 10 money.
Yeah.
Going forward. Listen,
he's still making the same.
His next contract doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how much he makes. If he uses TAM, he's costing us because we can use TAM with somebody else. He's not a player I want to use TAM to. Right, like it didn't matter before because he was on the U22, so like the salary allocation was different on that. Now that he's gonna move into a TAM player, if that's the case, going forward, his next contract he's not gonna take a step down, right? Like it'll be like with an increase in wages. That means it's more money. No, for someone who has produced absolutely nothing other than maybe 2 goals.
But we should have taken the money when we had the chance.
But we move, right? We move, and that's the thing. Like that's bad. I think we got sidetracked because of effort talk, but I think it was fair. Like he had a really poor game and it stood out more than anybody else to me. So I think we had to talk about it. But let's talk about here. First of all, let's talk about the goal, right? Let's end effort's talk on the fact that he gave the leading pass to Leardom on that goal. There was like that the lead up how the goal scored. I think was a well done play. Right, or the overlap, open up a space pass. Dejan gets there. And bangs it in. Right, bangs it in off the keeper. I don't care how it goes in. It's a good goal. We only saw that play again one more time, and that was for Leardom on the other. Not Leardom. Edward on the other side, and he takes a shot. Those were probably the most dangerous we looked, or the clearest ideas that we looked, and we never looked to do them again. Talk to me. Go for it.
And I think that's my biggest highlight of the first half, right? In the half where we're supposedly better, it was still, it was dead. There was nothing to me. Like it was. I mean, I don't know. It's uninspiring. There's nothing there. And sure, we can talk about the 3 in the mid, fine, holding it down, but para qué? there's nothing. There was no creativity. There was nothing going forward.
Nah,
There was no inspiration from anyone. It was dead.
Well,
I
I'm
think Riqui. Go ahead.
I wanted to add to that part just real quick, Angel, because it's true though. Because Rick, and this was my issue with the players we decided to put out wide. Ricky picks up the ball. My man has a nice little burst of speed. Right, he's not fast, but when he picks the ball, he takes off really quick. He takes off. He goes into the other team's fucking half, and he looks up,
Nobody.
and there's only Dejan, guarded by three motherfuckers, and our wide players that are supposed to help him out, they're non-existent. They're in our half still.
Can we not talk about white players? Because we had no white players, and that was by design. Like there was no white players. There was attacking
No,
attacking
it's
Okay,
midfielders.
not necessarily by
tucked in left or right
design.
midfielder.
It's by personnel.
No, by design. Because even Boyd
No,
again. Look,
it looked by design.
we'll talk about the second half. We'll talk about second half because when Boyd came in, we weren't utilizing the wide areas.
That's because we went to three in the back.
Oh my!
But we're not gonna go
Again, listen, man. Your point is still valid. I think there was nobody in attacking front, right? But it's not. It wasn't supposed to be wide. It's supposed to be in front of him, man. To your point about Riqui, that was the frustrating part, right? Because Riqui will turn his body inside out and come out with the ball on the other side, and then nobody else moved. Everybody was just looking at Riqui like ball out, right?
Pobre hijo de puta, man.
Yeah, man. Like you got Riqui really, and again, there was nobody in Dallas that could stop Riqui, man. He will fake left and go right. He'll fake right. He'll go left. He will do nothing, and they'll just run past him. Like that guy, he clears spaces. He found a space to kind of look up, and then everybody just looking at him. Nobody makes that initial run. Nobody checks in to kind of give and go. Nope, it was nothing. And I'm pointing fingers straight up at Efra and Memo, because that was their job, right? Like you check in, Dejan runs.
See, but we can't get mad at Memo because the fact that we have expectations for him it's insane to me. And people think he's a good player. It's fucking whack.
But Angel,
Sorry.
listen.
There's nothing. That's a terrible addition.
But what Riqui does, all you gotta do is play the ball right back to his feet or right in front of him. When he turns around and gives you the ball, he's already making the run to open up again, right? So just touch the ball again.
But where were they? Were they in the spots they were supposed to be? Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, I agree. I agree. I 100% agree. And it's sad because like again, Riqui's talking about like he could be or he wants to be MVP. He has the caliber for it. He has the fucking caliber for it.
Not on this team.
No, he has the caliber for it. He doesn't have a supporting cast for it. He has a supporting cast for it, but he individually he has the talent for it. He's ridiculous, man. And he showed it again. Like he didn't. The only player that didn't miss a beat was him.
That's fake news. Fuck off.
Who?
That's you're being super biased right now. Riqui Puig had a terrible fucking game too.
Oh, you're wild.
You can't defend
you're
him.
wild. Oh, you're wild.
Wait, what?
You're wild as shit.
Masa,
You're wild as shit.
Riqui
your
Puig
best
had a
midfielder?
bad game.
Hold on.
Who was your best midfielder?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Who's your best?
Everybody was
No.
trash.
Right, that's fair. But
Everybody was trash. You cannot sit here and say that Riqui Puig had a fucking good game.
So
when the whole team played ass.
If I'm biased one way, then you being extremes in the other, right? We can meet there. We can meet there.
Not this time. You cannot defend it.
Yeah,
this
I
game,
can.
bro.
Yes, I can.
What did you say about this team? They looked what?
Uninspiring.
Except for Puig, and that was fucking clear to me.
I mean, how many times Puig touched the ball second half?
The time he shot.
Okay, you could say Riqui Puig had a good first half if you want.
He had a whole game.
I will not take a second. No,
he had a full game. He just had no supporting cast.
You're wild for that.
He has no supporting cast. And here,
crazy
let's not even get it second half yet. Let me just finish the first half. So, a uninspiring meh first half, but we were out of that shit 1-0. We were out clear 1-0, and we could take that to the bank.
We had control of the game.
All right. You guys see the replay or cut the highlights or the recap of that shit?
Yeah, I did.
No.
So the fucking because we do a pod, so maybe you have a fresh memory. But that's neither here nor there. Like when a center back who lobs the ball over, right? When he has the ball, he has like 4 or 5 seconds, but nobody even sniffing at him, right? And then he throws that lob ball. Not the greatest lob ball ever. Raheem is on his shit and attacks that ball. It's cleared. Not a problem. But he slows down and kind of I think. Listen, and if you guys saw it differently, like let's have that conversation. But I think he wants to bring it down.
100%.
I think he looks up and tries to bring it down.
He always does.
What the fuck, guy?
He's trying to bring it down and hit it with his left to go to the outside.
You know what the fucked up part about it is? Like if shout out to Apple TV and their MLS season pass because I think it's great. But if you check out like their preview to the match, Vanny talks about how what they need to stop and what they need to be aware of is the speed that their front three carry. Right, so like it's not even secret because it's like on TV for anybody to watch what they're aware of when it comes to Dallas.
Dallas is front three.
Yeah, Dallas is front three. So Vanny's talking about Dallas, right? And he says like the front three is their pace and they like to cut inside or whatever. So we're aware of their pace that they carry. 40, end of the half, and you want to money enchilada and just fucking try to bring the ball down when you have Ariola like fucking on your ass. Come on, man! Like it's just schoolboy shit, right?
That's the part to me. Like what? It's a minute left before game. I mean, before the end of the period. I mean, sorry, I've been watching too much hockey lately. Before the end of the fucking half. Be heated. I mean, this is 101 soccer 101. You don't get scored in the first 5. You don't get scored in the final 5.
What did I say, Rudy?
Just lock it in. Like finish strong. If you're gonna make some mistakes, make them in between. Just fucking rip it out. Like what?
You know what the fucked up part about it too is.
Okay.
The fucked up part about it too is that in the first half, the line actually figured it out because they caught him offside over and over again. Every time Ferreira tried to make that run, like in between the lines, they caught him. They were focused. They were on top of it, right? But look what happens. It takes a fucking just one play off because like Puig or they didn't go and press the center back who had the ball. They all just kind of fell back. Efra was trotting back, right? The ball gets locked over. It's the easy ball. But fucking Edwards not in the shit trying to clear it out or trying to, be there first. He's trying to look at it, trying to bring it down. What were the other guys doing? What was Dallas doing? They were on that shit. The Ariola was on that shit. Blew past fucking Edwards, like no fucking restraint there. Shit's on fucking Leardom, right? I'm not even hating on Leardom because Leardom's trying to he reacts when fucking Edwards
fucks he's
up.
Trying to react.
Right? And then no hate on Cáceres because Cáceres just dies for it. Oh, Mavinga, yeah, Mavinga. Yeah, Mavinga. I think it was Mavinga earlier. Whoever comes in and closes it down, like not on them because they're that's it was on the call. They called it emergency defending, and that's exactly what it was.
Reactionary.
Yeah. Again, Cáceres and Bond are out of the picture because again, you don't why. I don't see anybody but Edwards fault for that goal, and what that we was 1-1 at half, where it should have been 1-1, right? Not because we were so much better, but because we at least control the game. And we had to stop that that through ball behind the back, right? Second half started the way the first half ended, right? Where everybody was not focused, nobody was fucking really on their shit for the start of the second half. And it takes absolutely nothing. It takes 10 minutes. It takes 10 minutes and we see the first goal. We could talk about how you want to, but I'm just gonna go over 3 goals so we can kind of wrap, so we can talk about the rest of the game. But all 3 goals are behind into space behind the back, right? Or all 2 goals in the second half are in space behind the back. What happened here? Like because the second half, call it what you want, right? Like first half was whatever to you guys, but it is night and day compared to fucking to the first half. What happened there? Like, was it really Dallas just being that technically superior to us in the second half? They made the changes that we didn't.
Transitional defense is horrible for me. From what I've been seeing, it's always been horrible, in my opinion, when it comes to us being attacked when we lose the ball. But then that's the way that our offense is set up. I'm not giving shit to Raheem Edwards because Raheem Edwards gave him that goal. The second goal is which I'm talking about. But I personally feel like he shouldn't have been the one defending that. If the transitional defense was there, because he was the one that sprinted from half to back, he might have been the one that lost the ball. But that's why you have those transitional defense and you set up for that. Because the way that your offense is set up, you're pushing him up along with Leardom. He fucked up that goal. Completely his fault. But at the same time, that person that's fighting for that ball, I don't think should have been him.
But see,
Because we go back and forth and saying that I'm defending. I'm giving him the shit for it. But if you see that play of how much he tracks back and he's the one sprinting to that player, and how many other players are near that player that's open that are not marking anybody and kind of watching the ball
in the
instead of
goal?
watching. Excuse me?
Who lost the ball in the second goal?
Puig.
I believe it wasn't it him?
Yeah, Puig.
No.
What about it though?
It was Riqui.
Yeah, what about it though? You're not gonna tell me that because, like, again, that transition happened.
I'm not saying that it's.
But you
Ricky's
can't.
fault.
But you can't knock Riqui exactly. So what are you bringing it up for? You trying to notch Nuggi because he lost the ball? He's a midfield. Of course he's gonna lose balls.
Hey, Masa, you're wilding to think that Riqui had a bad game.
Come on.
He had a bad
Hey,
game, bro.
listen.
Listen.
After the second half, you have one guy in Eddie backing you up, saying that, and that's the last person that I want backing me up when I talk about soccer. If we're being honest, but you have one person saying that. The fact is that when Riqui turns around, what else do you do if your team's not producing? What did he start doing? He just started shooting the ball. Do you blame him? What do you have there? At that point, what do you have there?
Yeah,
but when it was Pavon going down the line, cutting to his right and shooting it, no one was saying anything. Well, what else do we got? That's all we got. You were backing him up perfectly fine. What's the difference in this case?
Yep. Yeah,
there is no difference. That's the difference. There is no difference. You're just seeing it from a biased eye.
I like Riqui Puig, bro. He did not have a great game.
I'm a bit confused right now.
I was talking about the second goal, but then Masa wanted to bring it up that Riqui lost to validate his position that Riqui didn't have a good game.
He did not have
That's what we're talking about.
We can argue about having a good game or good game, bad game. Like, fine. Like, he didn't have a 10 game. He didn't have his best game with LA Galaxy. That's not what I'm saying.
Losing 3-1, no one has a 10 game.
But if we look at what happened in the game,
was the third one though, not the second one. The second one was Raheem Edwards losing the ball.
Nah, the third one was Brugman who loses the ball.
The third one was.
The third one, Brugman loses the ball.
I remember it being Riqui, but
the third one, Brugman loses the ball down the middle, and we get caught there. But again, like it wasn't his big game. But like,
I'm gonna watch the
if you see the game, like if you just watch the game, like you see Riqui was the most, like he was the only player who was trying to do stuff. He was the only player like who when he did lose the ball was because the option that he needs right here wasn't there for him. Right? Like I can't blame him. I can't blame him, dog. Like I think he did what he had to do. Nobody else showed up for them.
You can't sit there and tell me he had a good game.
He didn't have a bad game. I won't tell you have a good game, but I'm gonna definitely disagree with you when you say he has a bad game.
It's just so wild that your characteristics of not having a good game is because he turned the defense. He had to turn the midfield around, and he has nothing around him. He just shoots the ball.
No,
but when other players did that, we didn't call anybody out on that.
Yeah, forget calling out. I don't think it's
because that's what it is. Riqui doesn't have anything to play with right now. Dayon was irrelevant today.
Angel, you were
gonna say the third one. Huh? Ricky's was the third one. He lost in the defensive half. Ricky's. It wasn't the third. Ricky's was the third goal.
And Brugman's second goal. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
That's neither here nor there. What I'm trying to say is that in the first half, when the team is playing well and you're the one turning the defenses and you're trying to find that connection, after a certain point, if you don't find that connection, you're on an island by yourself. What are you going to do in that point? So yeah, he's at the mercy of other players, sadly, because of his position. He's at the mercy of other players. You're never going to find a center midfielder that's going to be able to take it from the front to goal.
Yeah,
you need the players around you. There needs to be something there to help. Even as a dummy, to act as a dummy, but it wasn't there.
If you want to go there, like I felt the same way about Brugman. I felt Brugman had a bad game until I saw a game over.
Brugman was the one with the bad game.
No, he didn't really though. Like maybe the last 10-15 minutes were off, but like he didn't have a bad game. It was just like the. Go for it. Sorry.
It's one of the things for me. It goes back. It's just the unnecessary stats, right? Remember, like when we talked about before that sometimes the stats are just misleading.
No, but
you have to watch the game. I don't think he was impactful. I mean, he was fine, but I don't think he was as great as people saying. Oh, sure.
No, yeah.
You know what's
nobody was though.
I think one time someone gave Stairs a 9 rating, and all he did was pass the ball back. It's like the stupidest thing ever.
But watch, if you watch the game, like Brugman had a good game until everybody lost their shit and was like didn't keep shape, right? Brugman had a good game until it was out the window with fucking tactics and let's try to get one back because they already held the ball back. But he had again. No, here I'm taking it back. I don't think nobody had a good game. But if you're gonna have players that stick out for doing positives, for me it was Brugman, it was Puig, it was Delgado. Right? It was Preston. Right? It was Aguirre. It was Neal. Like, and again, I'm not saying these guys had good games. I'm not saying they have good games. I'm saying if there was anything that I could take from those games and be like, there's something there, it was those players, right? Let's go ahead and talk about Neal, if you don't mind, like, because Neal came in, right? Neal comes in at the 65th minute, of course, because that's the time Vanny starts making subs. So 65th minute.
Vanny's a fucking robot, bro. He doesn't change. I don't understand.
Neal comes in for Liram, Aguirre comes in for Memo, and Boyd comes in for Edwards, right? So it's a shift in lines, a shift in maybe not formation or maybe formation, but it's definitely a shift on how we're lining up. And I think you saw some settling in the team from that, right? Like especially Neal, and that's why I brought him up first. I think Neal was he just slowed the game down when he needed to. And I don't think fucking Cáceres or Mavinga were able to do that.
Neal does a lot of off-ball movement with the ball at his feet that help create space to have him take those 2 extra steps and make that pass, which I really like. He's gonna get some confidence and he's gonna be able to do it. He's what Koulibaly tries to do when we tell Koulibaly not to push up because we know he's about to lose the ball. Neal does that step back. Koulibaly makes space for himself, but we know once he dribbles the ball up, it's a wrap. Neal, I'm not going to sit here and say he had a great game, but he did, and he did not mess up, which I'm good with. As a defense, if I feel that you're somewhat of a threat when you have the ball at your feet, and I don't have anything to say about you defensively, you had a good game.
Masa and Angel, I know you guys had like, you know, some not concerns, but had some thoughts on Neal, and I'm not asking you guys to make a decisive decision right now or a comment right now, but like you seen him have some minutes. Any thoughts, any reactions to that? To his play?
I'm happy that he's getting minutes. I'm high on Neal.
Yeah,
I like his calmness on the ball and that he could play. He could pick a pass out from the back when under pressure. For him, it's not an issue because he doesn't struggle. Yeah, he's young. He's gonna make mistakes or whatever. But the calmness that he shows is veteran. Like at such a young age, that shit is what sets him apart from other CBs.
ice cold.
So I'm happy with that.
My only thing with him is just I just need him to put on some size. Just put a little bit. Just put on some muscle. But that I think that'll just come with time. Apart from that, I mean, after what I saw this past weekend, fire everyone and just keep Neal, keep Aguirre, you know, keep the young players, the ones that actually look good. Fuck everyone. Like fire them all. Get rid of every single sorry ass motherfucker that we have. They all suck donkey shit.
Manny 2G, Manny Martinez, Manny's Outlaws. He says they showed heart and effort. That's what you want from young players. Cough, cough, Afra. Right? Because there was.
The thing is that Efra, I don't think Efra feels as a young player anymore.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to start the argument. I'm just kind of sharing a comment.
The point is, Jalen Neal, I have no problem with it. I'd rather him just start for the rest of the season. Fuck it.
Aguirre. Talk to me about Aguirre because I thought that was an interesting choice.
That's what happens when you don't have squad depth.
Yeah, but
talk compared to
right wing back.
I like talk to me about him in the game because he's another player who I like just because of hustle and determination, but he wasn't
like
stand out.
Going right back?
Deployed somewhere?
I think he went like right wing back or some shit like.
But he was tucking in.
I don't know what the fuck Danny's doing.
Yeah.
I have no idea like what the fuck Danny's doing experimenting with these kids.
Not experimenting. We just didn't have players in the back line. We just literally didn't have players.
Okay, well that's on him. You had a whole off season.
Yeah, but okay, but again, like it's not experimenting. It's
stupid. I think it's fucking dumb. Personally, if that's the case, play with 3 at the back and
that's what he did. That's why I get it was playing right wing back.
So then
it was like tucked in though. Like he was tucked. It was a weird placement.
I didn't see it that way. Honestly, I don't think even Vanny knows what the fuck he was doing.
I was high hopes at that point. I don't. Because you look at the bench.
Aguirre is fine. But yes, I get the bench. I get it. But listen, I'm short for words right now. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't have a lot.
I'm about to get
between
a lot of
us,
shit.
These motherfuckers are. Damn, they
Preston,
fucking suck.
boys, Preston Judd doesn't have a good first touch.
Let's talk about him because he's another one that came in.
Brugman, he hustles and he puts himself in dangerous positions. I like that.
That part.
But his first touch is very bad.
But he's a striker.
There was a pack. Huh?
Go for it. I'll say my piece. I don't want to
interrupt you. Yeah, exactly. Your first touch needs to be good as a striker because if the ball gets put into a position, your first touch is going to be the shot that's going to help you out. And he had a perfect pass from Brugman, I believe, that set him up. His first touch set him up right into the goalie. And it wasn't, he had plenty of space. It was a heavy touch. And to me, you're a young player. Who knows when you get these opportunities? Because a lot of these opportunities don't come about. These opportunities are you're there because Chicha's out.
Okay, so you focus on that, and I'll focus on the other one he had by Brugman, right? The one where he initiates the whole thing based on his run that Brugman finds on the outside, and it takes and what I liked about that one was because he's a on the nose striker, right? Like makes the run, knows where he's positioned at, knows where he gets it, and takes a shot wide. Just wide, but like the shot itself, the shot itself is it. So now we have this kid who's coming up, right? And he has a better touch. He sets him up for a second opportunity, and he takes his first opportunity. Well, not bad. Two things that we talk about right now that he did inside the area that could have one that was dangerous, one that could have been more dangerous. How many are we talking about Deja having this game, other than the goal he scores?
And even then, the ball was going out. I'm still sticking by it. And I think that's a big reason why Riqui celebrated with Leerdam. That ball was going out, and the goalie pushed it in. If we really want to kind of be able about that goal.
I think he celebrates because Leerdam needs to step up right now that comes there. So I think that's why he celebrate with him, right? Like, I don't.
Yeah, cool. But
I'm not cynical like that.
Hey, I'm gonna start judging Dejan. I'm gonna give him a couple more games. Granted, this whole team was whack.
Mm-hmm.
And Masa, a lot of your with Dejan is a lot of your backup to Chicha is we don't feed him the ball. Dejan's not that type of player. Dejan makes the opportunities.
I think Dejan and Chicharito are the same player, and I think that's why when they play up top, that shit doesn't work.
Last week you said.
When did I say Dejan was not a similar player? I literally said when the Toronto preseason, Dejan didn't get the ball enough. Because we ain't creating shit for him. It's gonna be an issue.
And I agree with you, Masa, on that part where like it's gonna be an issue for Cheech too. If we can't create like more than
we don't get the right fucking players out wide, this is gonna be a fucking long ass season.
But again, but still, like let's stick to fucking to Preston, right? Because that's a different look. That is a whole different look from Joveljic and different look from Chicha. Like him as a striker is different. Right, and I'm not saying better. It's different. Like I'm not saying
he was better than Dejan this game.
I mean, he comes in 77th minute, right? 13 minutes
more than fucking Dejan.
Right, but also is the 77th minute. Is the 77th minute, and Dallas is up 3-1, right? Like so it's all so again, but it's a different look, and I'm okay with that. Like, I mean, if we can figure out there, like there's a different look, and again, it's different, and you saw it be different because it created opportunities when he was in. He's a player who's been hyped from our academy and from the G2. I saw flashes. Are we excited about him? Like in the main team?
If he gets
man.
I don't think he gets the minutes for it.
I don't want to say he's hyped, but when he does play on the first team, he's looked good. Like
when has he?
When we played against Chivas at SoFi.
And then other than that,
I was impressed. And then
other than that,
he looked all right too.
That's fair, because I was impressed with Saldana. Not Saldana, with
Johnny Perez, not Saldana.
Perez, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Listen, either way, like it was poor.
I just think sample size is too small to be. But for what we saw, for what we saw, I think it's fair. But let's be realistic about the players that we have in this position. we need to go very deep into the roster to be able to play it, because
Yeah.
it's going to be a 1 and 2 unless somebody gets injured. Then they get the opportunity, and I feel that these type of games is where you should take these opportunities. That one heavy touch could have been your goal.
But see, like I disagree with you because of the competition the competition we're gonna have. So I think he'll have minutes, and hopefully they're minutes in U.S. Open and maybe even the what's it called, the Leagues Cup, right? Like depending on what we take more serious than other. At this point, I think let's just focus on the league so we could get one of the eight spots in playoffs and shit. We'll move on. Let's move on to actually just final thoughts. Anything to wrap up Dallas before we move on.
You guys did a solid job dragging this shit out more than we should have. This game was embarrassing. It was pathetic. It was a joke.
Yeah, but this is what we do in the podcast. We talk about the game, right?
I know, but I just
Masa George. Any other comments?
No.
Brugman sucks.
That's wild.
I don't know all that. Listen, we get KC next, right? I'm scared of fuck to talk about this right now because Dallas is bad, and they figured out 3-1 against us. I think KC is bad, right? KC is coming off of a loss to Portland and most recently a draw to Colorado. That correct? Yeah, draw to Colorado.
Correct.
That being said, like what we saw on Saturdays, yeah, I mean, look at the standings right now, right?
But this goes back to the fact that people love fucking the Galaxy, right? So you can't. It doesn't matter what the fuck they've done in the last 2 games. You're still playing the Galaxy. Everyone loves to keep fucking us when they can, right? It's gonna keep happening forever. So
I don't think. I think you're holding us to a higher standard right now, Angel. I think people could care less.
But
I think it's just another game.
You still keep giving it to us.
I think it's just another game, though.
But even if it's true, like even if it's true, even if it is like that, they whether they go hard on the Galaxy or they don't, like the Galaxy seems to be doing that shit to themselves, right? Like they at least from game 1, right? Like from versus Dallas, and what we know from the past, like they like to do this shit to themselves. So like that's what I said. I'm scared as fuck to talk about this because I think KC is bad. But I thought Dallas was bad, and we saw what happened against the Galaxy. So here you go. Let's start here. Do we think Costa or no Costa, no Cheech?
No.
What about a right back? Brazilian, not here yet either.
Might be the same team.
It's gonna be I feel it's gonna be the same exact team.
That's about it.
We get nobody back, huh? Koulibaly maybe?
No.
Not Koulibaly back?
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Still not back.
Maybe.
All right.
Well, even then, would you put him back into the roster?
Probably.
When are we supposed to get Cagliari or whatever his name is? All right, there's that.
Yeah, Manny said is he said visa, and that could be from 5 to 10 days to a year and a half because of our other guy. So yeah, all right. So we don't expect to see many players returning from injury or from their absence. That's what we're saying. So
yep,
correct.
Bond at goal.
Yep.
Somebody throw out a center back pairing.
Mavinga Cáceres.
Yeah.
Well, Koulibaly's back. I say Koulibaly and Cáceres just because they know each other longer. I mean, they've had more time with each other.
Hey, can I? Sorry about that. When it comes to Cáceres, did you guys feel that he was pushing up way too much and being out of position?
In the second half, maybe.
I think so.
He was trying to look for something.
All right, for sure. It's just something that I've noticing that he.
I mean, I really have nothing to say about Cáceres, and I don't think that's an issue, really.
I feel he was out of position.
I just.
You know what though? Actually, I'm gonna add a little. I'm gonna change it up a little bit. I say it's Neal and Cáceres, because you playing in KC. You have nothing at this point. Fuck it. You know, it's early on in the season. If you're gonna gamble, might as well just do it now.
I'm not mad at it because I was actually gonna go with that too. I kind of wanted to see Neal because like I think the whole line was bad. The whole back line was bad. Leerdam probably was the best, our best defender, right? And that's saying a lot because Leerdam is Leerdam and shit, right? Like okay player, but like he was the best one from the game against Dallas. So I wouldn't mind seeing a Cáceres Neal or a Koulibaly Neal, right? But Left back, right back. Edwards, Leardom.
Yeah,
Yep.
unfortunately.
Right, like we have no choices there. Sheesh. In midfield, Puig, Delgado, Brugman,
Same three.
Leon on top.
Nothing changes.
Efra
I think we
Memo?
got. I think we give Boyd over Efra.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna be Boyd over Memo, to be honest. Just because Vanny seems to be fucking wants to force this to happen with fucking Efra. So I think it's gonna be Efra and
Is that for the new Cabral this season? Of what Vanny wants to force him?
I think so. We'll see. We'll see. It's game 2, right? But
Well, yeah, you gave them
number 7. Yeah,
If
that's
if you guys were talking about, Tinfoil had time and trying to showcase him, then you're forced
that's
to do
fucked
so. We're
up.
trying to upload him.
It backfired. It backfired week 1 though. It backfired week 2. Like showcase bad.
I could have told you that shit the moment they thought about doing that shit. Fucking idiots, man.
Yeah. All right. So not much changing. Shit. So if nothing changes in the roster, right, or in starting 11, what has to change in our game? What has to happen for us to get a result? And I know you guys don't believe we're gonna get it, but I'm asking you, like, what would happen?
Urgency and be smart. Like, listen, this game is a different story. At very minimum, 1-1. If Edwards is just smart, man, like, bro, and be aggressive. Be stop being a bitch. Just go and attack that fucking ball when you need to. It doesn't matter if there's 10 seconds left in the half. Just go for every fucking ball. Make smart decisions. Like, don't. He's back to hero ball. Keep it simple, man. You're a fucking defender. Keep it simple. Do the right things. Make a key run if you can here and there, but it doesn't have to be every fucking moment. Keep it simple, dude. Just play a simple fucking game, and you'll be fine.
George Massa, tell me something.
Transitional defense. I'm gonna be big on it. I still believe transitional defense is gonna fuck us because we're expecting these defenders to push up. Rightfully so. That's the way that we play, and that's the way that soccer's been going with the 2 wing backs pushing up. But we need to have an insurance back there to figure it out. If that means that Brugman or Markey or someone stays back to stop the play, then help us out. When it comes to attacking, I hope Dayan and Riqui talk to each other. I hope they're having breakfast, lunch, and dinner together because I don't from our wingbacks, from our I don't believe in Efra. Let's see. Hopefully, Tyler Boyd could get something. Memo, I think it's too early to even judge at all. But if he's going to go on the pace that he's been going, then I don't expect much. So Riqui and Dayan are going to take us to the promised land. Fake it until we make it. Let's see how long we can make it happen. But I don't think it's going to happen.
We're already fucked up. We're already failing at it. Massa, talk to me.
Yeah.
What Angel said.
What do you say
about Raheem? Honestly, to me, we lost the last game because of Raheem.
Okay, so how do we push up?
I'm not saying not to push up, bro. Angel said to be smarter when you're fucking defending.
Yes, but I'm talking. Okay, so you're just talking about a defender. Now, what do we do in our offensive attack?
How do we win this game? How do we get a result?
Yeah,
we're not solve the draw. Is that what you're thinking?
By just defending in the back.
See, but then it's kind of sad if George saying we're relying on winning this game with a left wing back because we need him to push up on every single fucking play.
No, you're not understanding. You're not understanding. What I'm saying is that you're just talking about defending. I'm talking about the other third. I'm talking about Riqui and.
I'm saying we don't lose. I'm saying how we don't lose the game. I'm not necessarily how we win the game.
Yeah, but we're talking about both halves. We have to talk about both halves. We're not just talking about the defending.
I mean, in reality, like, are we there yet? Like, no, we're being way too hyperbolic here. If we're saying like week 2 or game 2 of the season, we're gonna go in there looking for a clean sheet draw. Is that really what you think we got? And I'm asking. I'm judging definitely. But like, is that what we think we are?
100%. That's exactly what I'm going to. Okay, we're going off of the first game. If we're going off of the first game, creativity was whack. We're playing away from home. The defense is an issue. I would start from the back and we'll work the way forward. Okay, start from your back. We'll work forward. Let's get the defensive issues, even if it's not pretty. It doesn't have to be fucking pretty. Let's get our defensive shape taken care of. Let's manage defense. Let's worry about defense. If it's a 0-0 fucking game, ugly ass game, then fuck it. So be it. But try to get that clean sheet.
God, this is not happening, man.
This is happening because we do not have fucking players to fucking go and look for a result. or a win.
How are we not building on last year right now, though? How are we not
Because we
stronger?
have the right players to do that shit, bro.
No, I, I'm hearing. I'm saying like how are
When,
we in the
when,
situation? Like how are we in the situation right now? Like
last
what?
See,
season
because we
when
went
we
from
had
bad
pace
to
on the
worse.
wings, and we
Yeah,
don't have
exactly.
any pace on
No,
the
but we're
wings.
not looking for pace right now, though. Like I think everybody needs to stop. Like until no.
It's an issue.
Listen. Until Vanny shows us that he's looking for the wide areas to spread teams wide. Until he shows us that's what he's looking for, we need to stop asking for it because that's not what he's looking for. Like we want it. I hear you. Right? Give me up on one side and give me somebody similar like on the other side. Yeah, I'm hearing you. But that's not what we have. That's not what Vanny's building right now. So let's stop asking for it because that's not what he's looking for. He's looking for something different in these roles right now. Because he has Costa.
Okay, but he went to go get Tyler Boyd.
Yeah. No,
And he's
I
gonna
don't think he went to get Tyler Boyd.
Get one more winger.
I don't think he went to get Tyler Boyd. And again, even Tyler Boyd, when we saw him on the field on Saturday, he didn't really look like a winger, did he?
Fucking playing with.
Yeah, I think he did. He did a lot of one-on-ones where I was saying that's kind of what we want.
But positionally wise, was he winger? Like, and again, we could disagree here. I didn't see positionally wise. I didn't see him like as what we consider as a winger. Like he's an attacking member from the left hand side, but not a winger in my opinion, because he's not looking to get super wide, unless the ball's shifting that way, and it's that dance where we go back and forth. Here we go. I said 10:15. It's 10:20. Let me stop jabbering. It feels like it's gonna be rough, especially because we only seen the Toronto game, which was a lie, and this Dallas game, right? KC doesn't look like they're doing that all that well.
They're at home.
Somebody give me some kind of love and tell me something. Let's go with predictions. Who scores? The score and who scores for you guys?
We're doing 3-0. If we're expecting the defense and we're inviting them to attack on us, we're losing 3-0. We don't have anything up top. We're inviting them. We're starting off a 19-year-old, 17-year-old, 18-year-old center back against Sporting KC at their house. Yeah, there's nothing positive coming from this game. I guarantee you, nothing positive. Okay.
Angel, I know you're gonna tell me something I want to hear. Something real sweet.
Nah, man, I'm gonna say it's gonna be at least a good 2 or 3-1 scoreline. We lose.
Who's scoring for us?
Yeah, who's scoring for you, Angel?
We find a way to score on Saturday, right?
So yeah, but just call.
Up of a Leardom assist. You know, fuck it. I said we crazy ass banger. Riqui Puig make something out of nothing because he's just that good.
I believe that shit too. Masa,
Yeah.
you'll back me up or not?
Hell no. We're losing 3-1. Someone's scoring for us, and I watch SKC play. You might think they're trash, but I don't think they're as bad as you make them seem. They made William Yarborough goalkeeper of the week with 7 block shots, bro. They didn't score last week because Yarborough was on some shit. And we about to get fucking mollywop.
I don't believe it.
Mollywop.
I don't believe it.
I watched KC Colorado, bro. Yarborough was on some fucking crap.
All right. Okay, I'm not even gonna argue that. Go ahead. And
All right.
I'm gonna give. I'm gonna go with a 1-1 draw.
Fuck.
I'm gonna go with 1-1 draw. Yeah, I think a 1-1 draw is gonna be ugly. I'm not liking it. It better be a 1-1 draw with let's get a Puig. Yeah, just because he's the only one who actually, I believe, will make it. Puig or Brugman on that goal with 1-1 draw. Just to kind of recap from last week, nobody got it right. We're 2000.
Hey, it's crazy, huh? We just said give Jovelek some startings.
Somewhat.
Some starting minutes.
Yeah. You're saying something, Angel?
No, I'm saying I'd be happy with a 1-1 draw. That's bad.
I'll take a point on the road.
I'll take a 2-1 loss just to try to make something out of nothing. To be honest,
you know what? I'll take a loss if I see something good. If I see some promising signs in certain areas, you know, where it's at least a little bit more inspiring of a team performance.
Yeah,
you're
please.
Gonna lose, at least make me feel proud. Like, you know what? They fucking fought. It wasn't our day. The goalie was on some shit. You know, just something, but not like the last game, man. That shit was pathetic.
I have a question for you guys. My own question. Over under, how many times Bond kicks it out?
Oh no! Yo.
I had to bring it up.
First half or second half or all together?
There's a question. There's a question on that in the comments. Let's go to questions and
Perfect.
talk
I didn't
about
want to
that
leave my
first.
boy Logan hanging, so I had to ask it. So remind me.
All right, so let's do this. Let's get into questions. And George, since you brought it up, somebody.
Yeah, Logan's been asking, and I've been asking him to go to questions, but it's something that we need to talk about because something you and I put it out a lot while we were watching the game. Bond cannot clear the ball or come out playing to his right-hand side. Anytime he kicks to the right-hand side, 90% of that is going over the player out of bounds. My man cannot play. It's
Like,
bad.
his
When
right,
his
side,
right,
or
his right, his right, his right.
But that's his foot.
It's
Yeah, but he doesn't have the accuracy for it. And here's the shit, right? Like George is 1000% right, because we started just like almost a game out of it. Every single time we went to the right, we would look at it, right? And every single time was over. It was too far out or just too wide. And I kept repeating the same shit to him, like, because technically, if he could get that pass, he opens up the game. Because you hit him right there in the corner, like there was somebody there, like unmarked.
wide open.
But he can't hit the fucking pass, dog. He can't hit the fucking pass. And that's detrimental, right? Because again, here, two parts to this, right? Like one, like if you're going to kick it out and not know how to kick it right, I'm okay with you kicking to the wing. Like that's where you want to lose it at, right? It's not coming right back to you. So but you're a professional keeper, bro. Like hit that pass. Because if he hits that pass, like he's changing the way we start the attack every single time. But he can't hit it.
Yeah.
So he has to figure that one out for sure for me. Like I like Bond. But that right there, he has to figure that shit out. He has to at least hit it 50% of the time.
Yeah, it was really bad.
He's batting bad. All right, we got any more questions? What do we have, Masa?
Hold on, let me do Discord questions first. When it comes to Luke wants to know, with possible right back, left backs on the way, what do we need on the wings to be contenders? Is a Tam winger okay, or do we need a game-changing EP with a Costa buyout?
I don't think the buyout's happening, so we got to make it work with Costa, and we just got to tam the fuck out of some wingers and just make it work, man. We just gotta make it work.
My opinion is you have Riqui, bro, right? You have Puig. Get a competent fucking winger who could cut in between lanes, and you can make it happen, bro. Because if you just like make the run into space, Puig has an eye to find you. He has a foot to find you. We just don't have anybody making runs to space.
Yeah, but Masa wants Riqui out. That's what thinks he's trash. So Masa knows everything.
No, what the fuck? That's never said that shit, bro.
Don't take the bait, baby. Don't take the bait, baby. I'm helping you out. Don't take the bait. All right, that was it for this.
Somebody else talk to me. Any other comment on that?
Yeah, I think we're like one winger away.
You are smoking.
No, I'm not. I'm not smoking because we have not seen enough Tyler Boyd, and I feel like Tyler Boyd is gonna unlock something eventually on this team.
How many L's do we have to be in to be okay with players that we already have?
We're one in with mad injuries or missing.
We don't even have a fucking complete
another
roster.
one incoming.
Yeah,
we don't.
Okay, but that's the position that our head coach has put us in.
Yeah, because look,
FO and head coach, he's a part of it. Yeah,
I strongly believe that if we had the summer window open, these positions would have been filled already. Because you can't make that fucking mistake this season.
I agree.
Word for word, last season what changed last season or this season?
Not
word
knowing that the summer window was not going to be there.
Word for word, last season he said, "I want my team to be complete by the first game."
Yep.
That's why it was so fast to bring in.
But it did change though,
and that's with the summer. And then when the summer was open, change. Well, hold on. I'm talking. And then when Costa came, what was sold to us? Oh, well, it's kind of like a signing because he's available now. So don't come out here and get Riqui was a Hail Mary that thank God happened. But we were sold a Costa. Well, it's a new sign. It's kind of like a new signing. So for you to be like, oh, well, we don't have the summer, this is the position we're in, I'm not going to give you that.
I can't even follow what argument you're doing right now, though. You argue like four different things in that shit. So you're right.
All right, my bad that I told you to stop talking.
No, you just argued four different things. You argued four different things.
I'm blaming the FO. I'm blaming the FO. It went to the FO, and then he's like, oh, but the summer's like, no, because last season when we had a summer open, we were sold the whole deal. Douglas Costa is kind of like and then I said there's a Hail Mary.
Okay,
The Hail Mary was Riqui.
Remind me what we were talking about originally, though.
That the FO put us in this position, and the coach is a part of the FO.
No, your argument was Vanny said you need a team day one.
Huh?
And then your argument
No,
was
see, that's why you're listening wrong, because I said that about last season.
All right, boys. Any more questions? Anything on IG? Anything anywhere else? Yeah.
No, I need the password. That's why I asked you for the password.
No questions. Cool. Either way,
Masa, there's no questions.
No, I only post on this. I didn't ask on Twitter.
All right, for sure.
With that being said, we're still getting our shit together. A couple more things to come. We got a new intro coming. Not ready for today. We got some more social posts coming.
We're gonna be singing on it.
We got a few things coming out of socials. So please go ahead and please like us, share us. And that's it. Just like and share us. No, go follow us on all social medias. SFTS 96 on Twitter, on TikTok, SFTS Pod on IG, SFTS 96 on YouTube. Like, subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000 on YouTube. We're at 650 right now. Ways to go. Back us up. Hit us up with a subscribe if you're not already there. And with that being said, it's another episode of Straight from the
We'll sign a jersey for y'all.
Dog, with an uninspiring podcast like this, I doubt we get to like 700.
Yeah. So
God, yeah,
be awake next season.
Be inspired next season.
Maybe you have something more to say than you don't have anything to say next pod, and it'll be less inspiring.
Vaya mierda. That's what you want
With
to
that being
hear.
said, it's another episode of Straight from the Stands. I'm your boy Rudy on Sports on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram.
Follow me at Bagasal.
This is Angel. Don't follow me on any socials. Just go follow Eli at Eli Luke _ and like all his soccer shit. Cause